One day there was a grudge that consumed someone. As this grudge grew, it went to more personal levels. This grudge led to this person being the doorknob of YouTube commentators. That is the story of Kablambandicoot. So, for those who are new to commentaries, this is Kablambandicoot64, some guy on the internet who really hates an animation critic known as the mysterious Mr. Enter. Is very polarizing on the internet, with people either loving him or hating him. Kablam is definitely on the latter side, as he has had 2 videos against Mr. Enter's reviews, not counting this one, and at least one about Enter's fans. These 2 videos do not have a very good reception, and had plenty of commentators making videos against him. Of course, we can think Kablam took it as 3rd time's the charm, and did a 3rd commentary on one of Enter's reviews. Needless to say, this is how this 3rd commentary went down.
Greetings YouTube, me again, Kablambandicoot64, and today we are going to do another commentary on the mysterious Mr. Enter.
I wish you the best of luck, mate, knowing how your last 2 commentaries on Enter went. After all, they definitely brought attention to your channel.
The worst reviewer, if not YouTuber, on the whole website of YouTube. I hate this guy with a passion, and I hope he deletes his channel at the very least. Not getting into a personal level, which I might do in this video just because I hate his guts so much.
All that not a personal level? Basically, that means you want him to lose his job. You must hate this guy more than we thought.
Well, let's see which video he fails at reviewing today. Coconut Fred. This seems like an easy target, with it being one of the worst cartoons of the 2000s. At least that's what he wants you to think. Though in all seriousness, this is a pretty bad cartoon. This should be an easy review. And hey, it's only 6 minutes, so maybe he doesn't drag it out. Let's watch the video.
So you agree with him it's bad. I see how it is. Also, you have yet to see the video, yet you are actually starting a commentary on it before you see the video. Sounds like you are expecting the video to be bad before you see it.
Well, Enter proves himself to be overly sensitive towards a cartoon character, make terrible points, and just prove that he takes cartoons way too seriously and literally.
Ugh, this is why I hate this guy. He gets upset over cartoons, of all things. Who gets upset over goddamn cartoons? Reviewing a bad cartoon and criticizing it is one thing, but throwing a boner hate fit over it, well, that's just... I can't respect that. At least when the nostalgia critic does it, although he's starting to show his ass too, at least he's a goddamn character. Mr. Enter, I don't think he's a character. I think he's doing it in real time. Well, let's see how he fails this time.
Hey Kablam! I disagree with you about Enter not being a character here, as he has frequently said that his anger he exaggerates. To even show it further, I could point you to his Let's Plays where he shows his more quiet side. If you don't believe me there, then I could point you to his first live action video, Mr. Enter gets a little less mysterious.
Is anyone in the mood for some fruit salad?
Boo!
Yay, me!
Yay, you? Look, I don't like coconuts at the best of times, but you are one of the most evil things ever conceived, Fred.
So a cartoon character is one of the most
Boo to you too, Kablam. Boo to you too.
evil things ever conceived. Look, I know that statement probably wasn't meant to be taken seriously, but come on, a goddamn cartoon character, don't you think you're overreacting a lot? Not a little, but a lot? Like, one of the most evil things ever conceived.
It's called hyperbole, Kablam. He's meaning this as a joke, and he's jokingly over-exaggerating.
Really? Snap out of it. It's gonna be a long review. Don't go crazy on me now, Sharpenstein. You can make this. You blew up the Challenger. You assassinated JFK. You sunk the Titanic. And you copyright struck my fucking video. I worked so hard on it, you dog shit looking freak. Wow, saying a cartoon character did some of the worst crimes against humanity, as well as comparing those said crimes against humanity to a goddamn video that got taken down.
Way to respect history.
Well, I don't have any proof of all of this, but I'm just going to assume that he did all that stuff because, as this episode claims, Coconut Fred is the master of disaster.
Stop looking for a cop-out, you flaky piece of shit. We all see right through you. You're just using this episode's title as an excuse, and a terrible one at that, to use these terrible crimes against humanity for your own sick, twisted sense of humor. Comparing a cartoon character to all these deaths and your own egotistical way of saying, my video got taken down. Ah! Fuck you.
You really think Enter is just hiding his intent? Look, sure Enter has a bit of an ego, but I think he clearly was making some jokes there.
In all seriousness though, Coconut Fred was a pretty shitty show. It aired for about half a year in the mid-2000s, and it was one of the most shameless rip-offs in cartoon history. I'm serious, it would find its home in the 70s with all the Scooby-Doo rip-offs.
You know what, I'm just gonna record my voiceover and just, basically sum up what he's trying to say in these next few parts of the video. He drags it out for way too fucking long, and it really, really gets grating.
Not as grating as your voice would be.
Oh my god, this show is such a SpongeBob ripoff. I mean, really, everyone is Megward the Wizard. It's a SpongeBob ripoff. I hate Season 5. Fuck Casey Alexander. I want to cut off his dick.
After all, Enter definitely said Casey Alexander during this part, right guys? I think you forgot to say Enter's reason for thinking of it as a SpongeBob ripoff. You know, even the fact that Coconut Fred's own voice actor, Rob Paulson, thinks of the show as a SpongeBob ripoff.
First things we see is a lemon person trying to escape the island. And Fred basically starts his day by pounding into him and destroying the escape attempt because, hey, that's funny, right?
Ah yes, Mr. Enter! Cartoon, slapstick, and mean-spirited humor? Nope, not funny. Not funny at all. Unless it's a show I like, of course, but sorry. Not funny at all. Nope.
Well, he likes it in those shows because it is well done there. If good shows use it, then they are probably going to succeed with it, while when bad shows use it, they aren't funny because they fail at using it.
Instead of one Patrick Star, they have two, who, like pretty much every twin in any form of media, is dressed exactly the same way, speaks the exact same way, and does exactly the same thing. Because no one in the media seems to know that there's a difference between twins and clones.
Or maybe that's because it would be easier to animate. Maybe it's because it would help viewers not get confused with who is who. Maybe it's because they can develop some comedic purposes with this. Maybe it's because they're fucking twins. I mean, come on. You're nitpicking the fucking appearances of twins. Not the characters themselves, not what they do in the episode, their appearance. He good critique.
Let's attack 2 degrees with one stone. Enter, I have to tell you, not all twins in the media look exactly the same. Since you said twins and not identical twins, I can give quite a few examples. Dipper and Mabel Pines, Ben and Gwen from Ben 10, Amy and Sammy from Total Drama, Kim and Cam from Class of 3000, and the Cramp Twins if you want obscure. Those are from the head. As far as you, Kablam, Enter is noting this because the Banana Twins do act exactly the same, and do talk exactly the same. That's why Enter brought it up.
Guess what? I've got exciting plans.
The next morning, the Cherry woke up in a Saw-style dungeon next to the annoying Orange. But in all seriousness, what exactly is the plot here? In any episode of SpongeBob, even a bad one, we know exactly what was going on by now. All that's happening is Fred pretty much annoying everyone on the island.
If this were another episode of the series, I could excuse this a little more. However, since this is technically the pilot episode, although it didn't air as it, it technically is the pilot, they want to develop the character for the audience. They want to show the audience what type of main character they'll be dealing with. It makes sense for this particular episode because it's the pilot. Maybe if you did some research and found out that it was the pilot, you wouldn't have sounded so dumb here. You know, it's honestly sad. The one time we actually almost had a good point is ruined it because you didn't do research and to find out that this is the pilot, and maybe they want to develop the main character for the pilot so the audience can get a grip on what he will be like. It truly is a shame.
No, Kablam, no. This episode is not the pilot. It is the second part of the first episode, so it is technically not the pilot. And you complain about Enter's research skills.
Inside your head, no matter how strange it is, it suddenly appears. First, there was that walking blender thing.
Is he like some childish god that can just bring matter into the world, and he torments his subjects with whatever sick things he finds fun or funny? You know what? Fuck it, that's the plot of the show now. I don't care.
Well, if you don't care, then why the hell are you bringing it up? You know, you really should have gotten to the plot of the show, the actual plot of the show, a little earlier in your review, but no, instead you had to drag it out with pointless filler and you complaining about pointless shit. I'll give you some credit, the episode does contain a lot of filler at the beginning, but that doesn't excuse you. Two wrongs don't make a right. Just because this episode has filler doesn't mean you have to put filler in your review.
I would hardly call what Enter had said filler, because he, as the critic, was doing his job to criticize the flaws the episode had. It just so happened that one of the flaws was its filler.
Oh yeah, because Fred is a sadistic god that created the volcano, and if they don't do exactly what he says, he'll melt them all in lava.
When did he say that? Like, when did he ever say in this episode that he would kill his friends if they didn't listen to him? Like, when did he say that?
Enter seems to be joking around here and jokingly using what he had implied as the plot of the show. You against a little creativity?
Blah, 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 Fred is too mean. I don't like this because he's too mean. I don't like that he makes his friends do mean things even though that's the joke of the show. And mean-spirited humor is not funny and I do not like it. Wah.
Enter had said nothing like that in the entire segment you annoyed us over. All he said was that his thoughts were looking like the actual premise of the show. My final thoughts are this. Kablam, you really need to put your bias against Enter aside, because you seem to dislike Mr. Enter for just being Mr. Enter. Try to make some points actually against Enter's reasons. So hopefully this video should have explained to you why so many people are making commentaries against you. Especially